Hello everyone. It's a bit stressful for me waiting for my presentation to start. And after this presentation, finally I can enjoy the rest of the conference. Welcome to the last presentation. Okay, so our topic is from requirements to features, an inside look at eazyBI development. We will be talking about who we are and how the feature is discovered, how it's made, and what's next. But most importantly, what are the obstacles in the way? So, let's start. Who is eazyBI developers? So, this is not this cat, of course, although we have four-legged colleagues. But I wanted to share this slide because this time Ramon didn't show it. So this is all our colleagues, and this is the part with Jānis. So I can keep the Jānis joke. And here are all the developers. So still Jānis wins. Yeah. So hi, this is me. Also Jānis, developer. And as you see, I like to go out of comfort zone from time to time. I do this on purpose. Nobody forced me into this, although about this presentation, maybe someone forced, I don't know. Yes, but regarding presenting as well as developing, I feel it's very similar to going in iStub. So first of all, you don't want to do it, but then you get your courage, you go in, and it's stressful, yeah, and you want to get out as fast as possible, but then you remember, you just need to breathe. So you relax yourself, and it's not that bad, not that bad. And well, when you're done, it actually feels very, very good, and you are excited about your job. And yeah, and you even want to do it again.
So hello, my name is Edijs. As you can see, I'm not in an iStub. This was in Crete. And the kids didn't like the ruins, but I did like it quite a lot. And the analogy for me here is that programming and especially bug hunting is almost like archaeology. The only thing is that I hope that when I find the culprit, it's not me. And here are pictures of the rest of eazyBI developer team, and as you can see, we are quite different from one another. There are builders of software, but also actual buildings and players and fighters as well, right? And eating outside of a shop. So we are quite a diverse group. But before anything else, first we have to have a nice cup of a hot beverage, usually coffee, but others prefer something else. And then we do the thing. So we are different, but what do we have in common? So the first point is serial gamblers, and I will clarify this later. We are also scouts. We like to leave things better off than we found them, and also continuously improving ourselves, improving the system. Everything we do, we try to do it better next time. And what are the things that we really care for? So we really care for clean code. It's a very complex topic, but when you try to put it in specific terms, but you intuitively know when you see clean code. We like to reduce complexity. We take complex things and we like to always try to see if we can make them simpler. We like to cut dependencies. It's always great to shed additional weight. We love improving performance. When there are new REST APIs, we try them out and we see whether it works faster, and it's great to see that the numbers go down. Hopefully they go down. Improved user experience, we also use eazyBI, so we love to see less friction when going through the UI, make it more slick, and obviously improve security, especially in cloud, but also on the server. Yeah, it's like protecting your home. The data is in your home, so it is very important. But all of these things are like plumbing. They are very important, but hidden from plain view. So nobody will see the 3 lines that you made into 1 line of code, or the small micro optimizations. Nobody will ever see that, but that's completely okay with us.
Yeah, so, and one other question we have from time to time is, what should I do today? So, and yeah, why the question? The question is because we are, in eazyBI, we are manager of one. So we each decide what to do next. When each previous task was done, we can choose to fix some bug or to improve something, or maybe to grab some new exciting feature. But this, of course, doesn't come from out of the blue, these tasks. And they come from you, from customers, from partners. And our main channel is email, where we receive all your requests. And we use this tool, Help Scout, where we have combined all your emails grouped by a customer. So it's easier for us to get all your info. And we put all that into Jira, of course, mainly in a bug, feature, or improvement. But each time when you send us something, some of our colleagues go through it detailed and checks maybe to add a vote to existing task, maybe to report a new one, or maybe even suggest you some existing solution and not create any task. And of course, then we use our board with a selected for development list, which is mainly the part where each developer picks the task, what to do next. The bugs and the security issues goes here by default after some reviewing, of course, but the features are collected, like we collect votes. And each your unique email, we add to the feature and count the votes, and then see which feature is more requested, and then decide which to pick next and add to this list. And of course, there are sometimes ways how to get some cool thing to do there in this list. For developers, maybe cool. And we have sometimes for 2 days we are working in some nice place, and 1 day is usually dedicated to hackathons, where we can think it's outside the box, outside the usual scope, and do something very interesting. And sometimes it goes further, like AI, and there's a lot of examples. And then we again use this nice reporting tool to even further analyze and see maybe which issue is too long, stayed in this status, maybe which one has more votes. And if you were wondering what's in this green bubble, it's conditional Gantt chart formatting. That's on me, maybe next task. Yes, let's continue.
So yes, so I mentioned gambling, and why gambling? So let me explain. What we're gambling on as developers, and when I'm thinking about developing something, is I am gambling that the next thing I pick to develop will be easy sailing, smooth sailing, or starting from requirements to production. It will be all very simple, and for that I have a undefined, very complex, and also this is AI generated flow of how I decide what I will do next, since we're all managers of one, so I can decide. So I sit down at my proverbial slot machine and look at the Kanban board. And then I start to think about, okay, what did I do just now? Was I working on a big feature, or was it just an improvement? Was it a bug fix? Okay, what do I want to pick next? Do I want to pick something big, something complex, something interesting, something challenging, maybe not too challenging? Then I start to consider all these things. Okay, what active period do we have now? Do we want to maybe fix more bugs so we can release a patch version of eazyBI for data center? Then through all of this thinking, I start to reconsider all my choices. Okay, maybe I start to question all my choices, and then I accept my fate, and then I finally try to pick something. But everything that is chosen in this Kanban board, everything will always get done. All of us developers are different, and everyone has their strengths, and everyone has something that they like that others may not like. And to keep the gambling analogy going, the house always wins, which means that no matter if I, as a developer, lost my sanity, the house always wins, the customer will always get their feature, and everything will be delivered. So I have done all the complex stuff, all the complex thinking. Now I have picked the task, so it means that development can finally begin. And here for me, I have this analogy that I wanted to think of two things that are not very likely. So eating dinner with Bigfoot and a unicorn, that's not very likely, right? Same as the task is completely clear and you can immediately start development, that's also not very likely. So not so fast. There are many things to consider before you actually start writing code. One thing would be to consider all of these votes, which are customer conversations, for example, and see common patterns. You want to build out some kind of mock layout if the feature is front end or visual, then you want to build some kind of mock. You want to run it by some of your colleagues to consider possible alternatives, or maybe even not develop it at all because somebody else has already done it and you just didn't know about it. You have to check everything and make sure that the way you plan the development is done and you don't forget something on the way.
So yeah, let me just show you one real-life example how things are easily done. So now I'm working in customizing Gantt chart. It's like quite requested feature from the customers. So then when we started, we create some mock versions and chat with each other to test out some ideas. So the first idea was to create data labels where you could change the colors of the Gantt chart and maybe manage it today. But then we talked more and then decided that, of course, we need to also add more labels because there are more these types. Yeah, but then we thought, okay, but none of them are data. A lot of them today, like in weekends, are not data. So we thought, okay, let's try this Gantt options dropdown and manage the today and weekends there. But then again, so a lot of different places where to manage like similar things. And then we started from scratch with final version, and this was like first mock. Then I created some more realistic mock, but it's quite different, so I changed it a bit more to realistic. And this is like the final version where we landed. But it's like from the long chart list and approving a lot of things. And finally now I can start do it. Let's do it. Let's start. But then okay. I see we're using this color picker everywhere in a lot of places, and I need to use it as well in Gantt chart options. But the code is really messy, so you don't see it. But when we use it, we see it, and it's hard to implement other places. So okay, so I pick and refactor the color picker. That's great. Okay, but then I see we use this select dropdown autocomplete library, which is also quite old and outdated. So we need to upgrade this. Let's do it. It's like low-hanging fruit. Why not? Let's do it. Okay, we upgrade it. It's done already. And then talking with customer said that I need to add log file, which is large. Where can I do it? And I forgot what size was there in our context form. So I needed to check myself to be sure. And I uploaded large file, and I realized I need to wait like few minutes before this error appears, that the file is too large. So it bugged me, so I fixed that. And now it's validating in front end. Yes, I did it something. But Gantt chart is still in the starting phase. Yeah. And of course, in the process, there are a lot of bug fixes. I like to help with front end a lot. That's also my favorite thing. And also like creating this presentation. Also distracts a bit from the real task. Yeah, so it's like journey, hard journey. Yeah, and
So yes, so during this process, I feel like sometimes it's so all over the place that I get existential questions like, did I pick the task, or did the task pick me, or and where's my escape route? How can I escape this frenzy of working on things? But all of this thinking and jumping around the bush has ended. You try to not get stuck, and you finally start to do something. So this is the part that where we actually put in some real physical work and start to put code to the proverbial paper. And so we write code to test the code, we iterate, we again maybe consult our colleagues, we show them what we have done, is this the right direction, etc., etc., etc. And it's done so fast. There was such a long process, but finally it's done. Jānis is happy, coffee in hand. That's not the first coffee. And so the next step, when you are happy with what you have done, you create the so-called pull request, which Lauma mentioned in her presentation. And this is like a question, like a request to your colleagues, please look at this. This is amazing. Everything is working. Everything is done, of course. Please, let's deploy this. So the process, I have opened my pull request. I will ask my great colleague, Jānis Liepa, for a review, just to check that everything is okay. Because of course, while developing, you are in this developer mode, and you don't really, it's like tunnel vision, you don't see everything around you. But immediately, as soon as I ask Jānis for a review, what I immediately find is that I do have bugs. And I have already asked Jānis to look at it. And maybe he's already looking at it, but I see the bug there. So this is something probably someone else also has sent an email. And as soon as they send the email, they see that, oh my God, there's spelling mistakes all over, right? And the same thing here, interesting phenomena. Very, very often I just realized that I have a bug. And also making this presentation, I was creating screenshots and I found the bug in my request. So yes.
So Edijs created pull request, and I'm happy drinking my morning coffee, thinking about tasks that I will do today, and I see this in our Slack channel. And this means only one thing: I need to check Edijs' code. Although I was supposed to do something else, but we take seriously pull requests because it's like higher priority, because that means that the task is almost done and it's waiting for my approval. And but sometimes we forget it. We are humans, and then our colleagues after a day or two ask, please review my code. Please do it. And then of course we do it after first request. Yes, and then I check this code. Yeah, it's nice code. I see maybe add some tests. So because each time we create a pull request, so our automatic tests are run on all databases, all user databases and operating systems, and also the code quality is checked each time. So yeah, I ask Edijs to do that.
And of course, I see a message in my Slack or in my email that something is wrong. I tell myself, not unexpected. I go and fix the problem, and I request a review again, please, Jānis. Now it's okay.
Yeah, but there's this phenomenon or paradox when you just can't let the pull request slide. You need, for it to be successful, you need to find some flaw or some bug. Otherwise, it's not successful pull request review. But of course, we also have one goal. We goal to produce, to make this feature or whatever and finish it. So after checking Edij's code and testing it, I say, okay, it looks good to me. I accept his code, and it now can go further to production. And like this was example, short example, but sometimes pull request reviews can look a bit like chat, and you start living in this chat. So this is actually a real pull request, and it's quite long, yeah. But that just means that we take pull requests very, very seriously. So we test a lot and to reduce the bugs and do everything we can. Yeah, this is actually Edij's work. He knows the suffering. Yeah, and so knowing all this, we can easily deploy with confidence. On Fridays.
On Fridays.
That's joke. We never deploy on Fridays. Our deployment is manual, and it's only when needed, yeah, and planned way. Yeah. But to be even safer, for example, when creating some big feature, we have feature flags, and this is not working yet. I was hoping it will be, but so we create feature flags and only notify customers that ask this feature first. So they can, we show them how to enable it, how to use it, and these customers check this, and maybe if there's some bug or some improvement, we do it, and then only let other customers use it. And yeah, of course, there's a team, our great team. So our colleague Liepa once went to colleague Jānis just because the JRuby upgrade was about to be deployed. So it's safer there. Very good example. Yeah, so we have a great team we can rely on. And yeah, what happens after this is all done? Yeah, the feature deployed to production. So do we start the cycle just from beginning? Do we forget about it? No. Well, first of all, developers are involved in support. So we, from time to time, we have 1 week support period where we talk to customers, see all the problems they have, but that's not report specific problems, more like more technical. In the cloud, we monitor this adoption of new features, so we see in real time if there are some errors or something, we can fix that very quickly. And of course, it's a developer joy that helps to see the customers using your created feature, and from time to time, you just check it, how it's going, what customers are doing, what customers are saying about it. Yay, happy ending. So this is the time where we want to brag a little bit about our latest creations, features, maybe not so late, recent, and some will be coming soon. So,
yeah,
Edijs.
Somebody already mentioned I worked on the audit log, and I liked this one the most. And then I was thinking about why did I like it, and then I realized it's maybe the power trip that you can act in the system with impunity. Create things, delete things, restore things. You don't have to go through the database. So I think that was the thing that I liked the most. And the state that the audit log was a year ago, it's continually changing. We are adding features, refining situations. At first it was a general solution, but now it's specific situations are handled better, etc. Then another small thing that I worked on was report exports, and these are through our REST API. You can export report results. These didn't honor the cell formatting, and at first when I picked up the task, I thought, okay, we will close this because the cell formatting is implemented in the front end in JavaScript, not in the back end where we use Ruby. And I was very sure of it, and I commented in Jira, oh, we can't do this, we will have... Who would ever rewrite the front-end code in Ruby? It turns out that Jānis had already done the bulk of the work. So then I took it, and it wasn't... there were things to change, but the basis was already done. So turns out crazy can be already done.
So yeah, and this code was created because of this task, which I worked for quite time, conditional alerts. So you can add the alert to existing conditions, just checking the alert checkbox and then receiving notifications if this condition is met.
And subscribing.
And subscribing, yeah. I forgot. You need to subscribe. And you currently receive email, but Edijs is working also on user notifications, where you will be receiving a lot of places.
Yeah, you can get notifications everywhere.
Everywhere. That's ongoing work. So this was one big task. Dashboard folders. Last community days, I presented this in these tips and tricks, and I like to see the customers are using it. So basically, you can reuse dashboards created in Analyze tab, folders created in Analyze tab, reuse in dashboards, and it makes easier to add reports from the same dashboard. What else? Yeah, coming soon. Gantt chart customization. This is the phase 1. Then this is the phase 2 with the milestones, additional icons and colors. Yes. And so we use these weird comments in code as developers to remember something. So do communicate with us. Do let us know about if you have some ideas or about some feature.
What to say? What did I
What did I mean?
Yeah. Okay, now I know. So yeah, fix me in the sense that migrate to cloud, then you are always fixed. But if you're using data center, upgrade as regularly as possible.
So we have more time to create features.
So we have more time to focus on new features. Yeah.
Yes, play with eazyBI to find out the new features. But better play in test environments.
Or create test accounts.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions to Jānis and Edijs?
Thank you. That was awesome to see how the things are going on. So just have 2 questions. If I recall correctly, I think Raimons has mentioned the plans that you are looking to the government Jira cloud. Yeah, kind of.
Also, it's so that's for American government.
Yeah, and therefore comes the question. As far as I know, just NASA, which is kind of also American government-related company, they have created 10 objectives. Yeah, so the 10 rules that has to be has to be followed. And what your objectives are actually?
Eddie, this is a question for you.
What are our objectives?
Yes.
Okay. 10 objectives.
I'm just asking.
What are our objectives?
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, so my objective when I work on things, my main objective is to be glad that past me did a good job when I return to the code inevitably when there's either a bug or improvement needs to be done.
Okay.
That's important.
Okay, thank you. One more thing is it's maybe, it's a feature, maybe a thing that you can think about that. Currently, eazyBI exports the data on XLS format. This is old Excel. And in some companies, this old Excel has been banned as being insecure file format. Do you have any plans to just implement this more recent version or open document format for just exporting the data?
So please send the please send a feature request. We will add the whole thing.
Yeah. As per the process, yeah.
One question regarding your software development project. I might know the answer, but please confirm. Who is verifying, who is the QA engineer in the company?
So Raymond is not only the CEO, he also is our lead developer, and he has the whole knowledge of the system because he created it. But yeah, so.
That's not the code tested. But from the end user, manual testing and so on. Do you do manual testing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do.
And who's doing that?
That's actually supporting like covering up the testing, and also developers are testing primarily, and then after they
Say, okay, from my perspective, it looks okay. Then usually somebody from support team is I'm the one who created this Excel mockup for Gantt, so most probably I will be the one who will be testing this feature from user perspective, from business perspective, and trying to find those edge cases, how in different ways we can break things, just so the users get the best what we can do. But yeah, so the support team is mixed team of improving documentation, doing the testing, so it's not only that we are answering the support queues.
Yeah, it's also important to say that, and Jānis, I think, mentioned this, that when we do code review, the name is a little misleading because we also look at the task and test it ourselves. If I receive a pull request and I am put in as the reviewer, I will take the task and look at the idea of the task and also deploy it locally, test it. It can be that sometimes some information gets lost and the reviewer will notice it and see that it's missing from the implementation entirely. So there's multiple layers to the onion, and developers not only review code, they review by the idea, test it as far as they can, and then people who are more support will have more insight. They will test from their side, and then we have most things are covered that way. Yep.
another question you can send.
Yeah. No more.
So if no more questions, then thank you guys. Thank you for presentation.
Thank you.